on Debing Street, Ipswich, on the top of Denmark Hill. Pretty sure that's about the highest point in Ipswich. And then behind us is the water tower. So you've got the stairs go all the way up. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flights of stairs. So it's about 5 stories tall. You can walk up on top of the water tower and have a look too. We'll go up there for a look. Let's have a look on the water tower. So right over in the distance there you can see the tall buildings. That's Brisbane, the capital city of Queensland, and that's about 60 kilometres, around roughly 100 mile away from here. Of a night time you can see the glow from all the lights in the big city. So this is Ipswich we're in now, and over in the distance is Brisbane, the bigger city. Here we are up on the Ipswich water tower. This is one of the highest spots in Ipswich, which is a city in Queensland, Australia. I grew up around this area, so this is really familiar to me, except now they're building and adding bits up here. When I was a kid, you could walk straight out to the rails. The rail just goes all the way around the top of the water tower. It's got concrete steps that come up to it, and just a flat surface up here. We used to bring our skateboards and stuff up here. Now they're turning it into a platform lookout, and they've got higher fences so people can't climb over it. I guess it's child-proof, and everything's to safety standards now. But I was just saying to Collette, I can't remember ever in the whole history of Ipswich that I grew up here anyone ever fell off or jumped off. We've got towns and townships out our way, out in the country, but this is the first reasonable sized city, and then the next biggest city again is Brisbane. Now behind the water tower is all bushland, and it's an environmental conservation park. So we're going to take a walk down the pathway and have a look down there. I'm pretty sure there's a little section down in the walkways to do with fossils and dinosaurs. We'll see if we can find that. When I was a kid, my grandma lived up here on Denmark Hill. She used to live just across the road on Debing Street. So we used to walk these tracks all the time, but back then it was only dirt tracks. They didn't have all these fancy pathways and rails and all that sort of stuff. They've done it up as a environmental conservation park. It's really nice in here now. It's been a long time since I've been up here, and it just brings back a few memories from when I was a kid. We used to walk all through this bushland. We'll keep following the path. Come with us and we'll see what's down here. Water tower, look at that. Water tower circuit. You right, bub? Mm-hmm. That bird's nice.
Can't see him, but I can hear him.
All that really dark soil there is actually coal by the look of it. It does have a really long history with coal mining and the coal industry, and subsequently Queensland Rail. A lot of railway workshops, railway jobs and all that sort of thing was centred in Ipswich. Not so much these days, but originally Ipswich was a big coal mining and railway town. I think you'll find that's got a bug in it. No bug. That's a little baby wattle tree coming up. Golden wattle, Australia's floral emblem. And this is a stringy bark, I think. Stringy bark gum. So I've just noticed these little scratches on the eucalypt tree. That's a really good indication that there's wildlife around. These little scratches here are either from a really big possum or a small koala. So if you keep an eye out for little signs like that, you know that's a good tree to look up to try and spot a koala. There he is up there. Made you look, you dirty chook. No, there's no koala up there. But that's just a good indication of the little things you have to keep an eye out for. Just take your time, relax, and observe all the little things around you when you're walking in the bush. And that's how you find the good stuff, the wildlife. Okay, we'll keep looking. These are obviously old scratches. We'll see if we can find any fresher ones anywhere. Hey, I just found a couple of little soap trees. That's what I always called them growing up, because I got told a story that Aboriginals used to use their leaves for soap. I don't know if it's true or not, or where the story even came from. But they reckon these little trees, and they've got really dark leaf on one side and almost white on the other side. They reckon if you take those leaves into the dam or the creek, somewhere where there's a bit of water, you can use them to clean yourself up like soap. Don't know if it's true or not, but that's what I always got told. So these little ones are soap trees. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, that'll be red belly for sure. She's venomous. She's venomous. Okay, it'll come this way. You'll be right. Just stand still. Wow, we're lucky enough to actually see a red-bellied black coming towards us. If you get down low, you'll be able to see a little bit of the red under its belly. You see it now as it's turning. It has a nice red colour all the way along its belly, red and cream. They're black on top. They've got a smaller head than their body. That's a good indication that they're venomous. One of these snakes will put you in hospital. They are a venomous snake, but they're also a really placid snake. They've got a generally nice nature, and they will just try and go the other way. They love water and creekways, but this old creekway has been a while since it's had water in it, so...
I'm moving so he knows that we're here.
That is definitely a good sized snake. That's an adult. They don't get a lot bigger than that.
He's stopped because he knows we're here now.
Yeah, you can hear me talking. That is most definitely a red belly black. They're a really nice looking snake, but they are very venomous.
Yeah, he's trying to go back the other way now. Just leave him.
Yeah, I'm leaving him. Get the stick just in case he decides to come closer. I won't let him any closer than the stick.
Don't you go close.
Get ready to see his head?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. That is gorgeous.
He's going back the other way now.
Yeah, he's looking for a place to hide. Or maybe he's looking around for some food. Like most snakes, they'll eat little frogs, amphibians, other reptiles, small mammals like mice, rats. Okay, that's a bit close now because they are very venomous. See it?
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's
go.
go.
Okay, see that S now? That's strike mode. That's ready to strike if he needs to.
Okay, leave him go now.
Yeah, I'd rather him away from the path for other people, eh? Okay. That was awesome. I can't believe we got a red belly black on film like that. Contrary to popular belief, what people hear about Australia, you don't run into snakes everywhere you go. We do have a lot of snakes, and we have the world's most venomous snakes. We have a few of them here. But it's not all that often you get to see them. We are in the middle of the bush, so you can expect to see them. So you have to remember that when you're walking around the bush, that you are in the home of the critters, and you're likely to run into them. And that was really nice to see a red belly black that close up. They are venomous. You do have to be very careful. Well done, Collette. My camera woman wasn't scared, and she stayed there for a good shot of the red belly black.
I was scared a little bit. I was backing away.
But as long as you got a couple of metres in between you, you're pretty safe, as long as you don't go upsetting them. Okay, so we're moving up from the dry little creek bed where we just saw the snake, and we come up to this lovely area. It's called Triassic area. They have found fossils here. It's known for its dinosaur heritage. There's been really significant fossil finds around this area, so they've designated a part of the walk to dinosaurs and fossils and the Triassic area. So let's have a look at that. It's nice and cool. It's just corrugated iron for a roof. All timber logs set out as a spine, and it's basically the shape of a dinosaur. It's got a dinosaur neck and head up the other end of the structure, and this end used to be a tail, but it looks like it's broken off. Nothing was known about the world of the distant past until the 19th century. Since then, paleontologists like Robin John Tilliard have been excavating and recording fossil finds from sites around the world, just like Denmark Hill. Fossils are the remains or marks left behind by plants and animals of prehistoric times. Fossils and fossilised footprints of creatures long gone are not easy to find. Despite the enormous size of some dinosaurs, many fossils are quite small. 15 different fossils and fossilised footprints have been recreated in the rock features and floor of Triassic Park. Can you find them all? So it's a good little area, especially for the young ones. They got information posted around the place on plaques and signs, footprints and fossils incorporated into the concrete they've done here, and nice little structure. So it's a good spot for the kids. We're going to keep moving, and we'll head back towards the water tower. Hey, I just found one. I was just saying earlier, when I was a kid we used to see a lot of snake bread through here. I'm not sure exactly what it is, it's some sort of fungus, but we used to call it snake bread. It grows on the trees or logs on the ground. It's quite hard and you usually find it in damp areas. I think that's why I haven't seen any here now, because it's just so dry. We've had so little rain for so long that plants like this are having a hard time surviving. So that's really cool that I at least found one. Thanks for that. I like to share little joys of nature, things you don't see every day. If you've seen that before and you've got another word for it, let me know in comments, but we used to just call it snake bread. Okay, thanks everyone. So we've got to see a few cool things. The Triassic Park area, the little setup they got down there for the fossils and dinosaurs, that was really nice. And that's where we saw that awesome red-bellied black snake. That was a beautiful snake. Very venomous, so you've got to keep clear of them, but lovely to look at. Okay, thanks very much for joining us. We also got to have a good view from the water tower. So we had a walk up the water tower, could nearly see Brisbane from up there. And a walk through the bush, had a lovely afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Remember, if you liked it, hit the thumbs up. Remember to ring the bell if you want to be notified for more videos. We love to hear from you in comments. Let us know what you thought. And don't forget, take time for the simple joys, everyone. Bye.